Everybody doing tonight? You know what Good, good. I'm going to start by just stating the facts. I'm famous, and a lot of you don't even know it. You don't recognize me, and I'll tell you why. I've been on TV tons of times, okay? And you know, I've been part of that stock news footage that they use, you know, from the chest down for obesity in America. I'm a big guy. I know I'm a big guy. I've always been a big guy. And I'm not going to be the kind of person that says, well, now that I've got kids, I'm going to lose weight because of the fact that I'm a big guy, you know, set a good example, or, you know, just I want to spend more time with my kids. None of that kind of stuff. I'm actually going to lose weight for the reasons everybody who's big loses weight once they have kids. It's because they're tired of having an audience for their fatness. It's terrible. I kid you not. I actually had my wife come into the room one day because my daughter told her, Mommy, Daddy's making weird noises and he needs help. My wife walked in to find me trying to put on my shoes and socks. The worst example of that was the time that I actually had to help my 3-year-old use the toilet on an airplane. Okay, let's start with the obvious. I'm not even big enough to fit in an airplane bathroom. Now I'm in there trying to help somebody take their pants off, and because of the way how small it is, they got to balance on the seat. The poor kid has their head in my crotch. It tell you how traumatizing it was, because before kids, if you would have told me I was going to be in an airplane bathroom taking somebody's pants off with their face in my crotch, I was joining my high club. Not the case for this, that's for sure. I do love having kids. My kids are a lot of fun, but like all small children, they are extremely loud and obnoxious. There's no such thing as an inside voice with little kids. I swear to you, their volume control button is stuck on 11. It's just the way that it is. But I have figured out a way to get my kids to be quiet. Now, this is going to win me Father of the Year or get me thrown in jail. Because now when my kids start being loud and I want them to be quiet, I just look at them and say, guys, silence is golden or duct tape is silver. I do think of random things all the time. I've got ADD, if that's not obvious, you'll know by the end of tonight. So, oh, shiny. Okay, there you go. Yeah, no, I do. I think of random things. And the other day I was sitting there, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, if you say, I'm sorry, and I apologize, that means the exact same thing. Except if you say it at a funeral. Think about it. Be sitting there going, I'm so sorry for your loss. That's just terrible. Versus I apologize. I apologize. That was my bad. Yeah. Anybody had a vehicle stolen? It's the most random feeling in the world. Am I right? Yes, it's horrible because you don't trust your own memory, and it's like losing your keys on an embarrassing level. It's like, where did it go? You know, you can't find it. And I did. I had my truck stolen. And it's just this emotional, weird thing that you go through. And I actually walked outside one day, and to that point, you don't trust your own memory. I walked outside, truck's gone, turned around, went back inside, go, honey, did we go drinking last night, leave my car somewhere? It's one of those things. So you get to the point where you realize somebody's stolen something from you, and the cop's there, and he's going through all the standard questions like, you know, make, model, color, year, all that fun stuff. And then he gets to the question, did it have an anti-theft device? And I apparently got really angry at it because I looked at it and was like, are you kidding me? Were you not paying attention earlier when I told you it was purple? Purple truck. Yeah. Hey, who here's got an office job? First thing you learn when you've got an office job is nobody likes signing birthday cards. See? When you've got the cards, what's the first thing you do when you're done? You're out looking for the sucker who's away from their desk and leave it there. It's an adult version of hot potato. It really is. And, you know, to give you the idea, if you ask people who, if they haven't signed yet, they're all going to claim that one chicken scratch of a signature that you can't read. That's theirs. Everybody claims that one. But to prove to you, nobody likes signing birthday cards. Next time you get an office birthday card, count how many times it says Happy B-Day. People care so little it's your birthday, they don't take the time and effort to write Earth. Oh yeah, it's true. But I've actually discovered a great way to get out of signing birthday cards, and I love this, and you're all welcome to use this if you want, because people will get so upset with you the first couple times, they'll just stop asking. Now on, when people give me a birthday card, I'll sign it, sorry I couldn't make your birthday party, I decided to take a bath, signed, Whitney Houston. Obviously, I've got an office job. I'm in the HR department of a beer distributor. Great, great industry. Lots and lots of fun. I absolutely love it. But the first thing you learn when you're in HR is people love to complain about their jobs. Okay? I get it. Everybody is underappreciated, underpaid, just overworked. I get it. Okay? And you don't know how bad. One of these days, I'm just going to snap. And we're like, you know what? You're right, Chrissy. There's 1800 slave labor, there's third world child labor, and then there's your job as a beer taster. They just crack me up. But I have, a big part of HR is hiring. I've done hiring for a very long time, and I'm going to give some of you guys some pointers. So if any of you are interested in learning some pointers about hiring in the beer business, I'll be more than welcome to give them to you. First one I've got for you is never hire somebody who drags their feet. Okay? They're never going to move fast enough for you, especially if it's a fast-paced job. Secondly, never hire somebody who doesn't wear a belt, because they are going to spend all day pulling up their pants. Okay? And third and most importantly, never hire somebody who's in AA. They are all quitters. Get it? Hiring is a blast, especially because my favorite thing to do is ask people the question, what's your dream job? And the reason I love doing this is because you can't ever expect an honest answer. It's entertaining when you get an honest answer. My favorite answers so far are, I want to win the lottery and do nothing. I've heard that multiple times. Another guy said, I want to do nothing and get paid for it. That was good, but what he followed up with was great. He said, kind of like welfare, right? You're hired. No, but by far the best answer I've ever gotten is, I want to own a gentleman's strip club. Now, I will admit, I did hire her. The other fun thing about the beer business or just hiring in general, is you realize a lot of people don't proofread resumes or applications. And 99% of the time, that's going to prevent you from getting an interview. Every now and then it will. And I'll admit, I had to hire a guy who was applying for a job in our beer whorehouse. Kidding me? When you're in HR, and especially the beer business, people know you do hiring, everybody tells you what their dream job is or what they would like to do or ask questions about what's open. And I was with a really close family friend of mine, and she was talking about what her dream job is. And her dream job is the same as everybody else's. They want a marketing job in the beer business, okay? And I gave her the same answer I give everybody. You gotta wait for somebody to die to get a job in the marketing side of your business. The problem was, I was at her grandma's funeral. Oh, it gets worse. I was actually up front, almost leaning on her grandma's casket, too. The most embarrassing part was I turned and started apologizing to her grandma like she heard me. I told you, apologizing at a wedding or a funeral is never a good thing. Right? Now, thank God my wife, she was so embarrassed. I felt so bad for her. But we've been married a very long time, and she puts up with a lot of my stuff. Like the ADD, for instance. But I've been married so long that I realized I could be the greatest lover on the face of the planet if headaches were orgasms. See, I love, you hear guys laughing at that. My wife, she's funny, she's quirky, she does little things. And actually, right before the show, I'm standing back there, she sent me a text message. She texted me, "Do me." And I was like, she's crazy. I'm terrible at impressions. My wife is very funny. The difference between us though is I try to be funny. I love doing stand-up, getting up here, making me laugh. She just says things, and it's funny. It's just the way that it is. This is my second stand-up show ever, and after my first show, I was very lucky enough to have my whole family there, my in-laws, parents, brothers, sister, all stuff. We're standing outside in the parking lot talking about the show, and I'm on cloud 9, and I'm just having so much fun, and I'm still kind of in a joking mood. And I turned to her in front of everyone and go, "Honey, you know what? I love doing stand-up. I want to quit my job and do this for a living." Without skipping a beat, she goes, "Honey, that's the funniest thing you've said all night." Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Griesfeld. Thanks for coming.